Tai luufavan neri saren mikseen viiken. Reikutelu menjorit.
Vertse, sagis muliginar nes valemane, arradet marsuptire mesate.
Es folad. Sak berden saranoikse nuidalla erkeni. Broev madar kakaidu sakwenien mishedni.
Magelent mat, hagred, es anken vanida sonegada nui.
Na broga vatir. Donegada neuna, es entma garantan och solei. Na linquidam on questiarutwint.
Lund en... Leiksi. Es ankan samel varni... Sonegada nui.
Manama sienten dad ma vagen togomberi goida es de gombuvaran. Genda haline kompotam ole.
Hello, Forkan.
Bertir Simad. It's nice to see you again. How are you, Neelan? And you, Shader?
I'm fine.
I'm fine. Thank you, sir.
Well, did you go see Minan? Do you know a little more about the ritual you have to perform?
Yes, we've spoken to him. Mev, the Tierna Harkadaktas, will accompany us through the final stages of our initiation. She tested our combat skills and gave us 2 missions to complete.
Fascinating. They're undoubtedly tests to make sure you've remembered everything that's been passed on to you. Can I help you in any way?
Tell me about your people, the Lions.
It is funny that you call us lions, because that symbol actually comes from a different nation than the one I call home. The coat of arms you're familiar with belongs to the Bridge Alliance, and it uses symbols from each of the peoples that make up the alliance. The lion is on the Mosinian coat of arms, but the Sinopol, another name for green, and the gold come from my nation, Tainea, and the azure from Thraxis. The 3 nations who make up the alliance are very different, but they have a common interest in fighting the same enemies. They fight side by side, sharing ideas, research, and goods. To the outside world, they are seen as a single people. But believe me, Morsinis are nothing like the scholars of Tainea or the boyars of Thraxis.
Did you say there were other people on your island?
Yes, there are actually other nations, in fact. I think I've already told you that we don't come from an island, but a continent, a vast land. Teleme is located to the west. You may have come across missionaries from this country. They have also settled on Tierfredi. They believe in religion and magic, and want to convert the world to their narrow vision of things. I must admit that they have remarkable architecture, but we've been at war with them for over 3 centuries. To the south is the Merchant Congregation, a league of city-states whose power lies in their talent for trade. They are skillful diplomats, and have made their neutrality an undeniable strength. They too have recently settled on your island. If you see elegant dandies dressed in silk who want to trade you something, you're definitely dealing with someone from the congregation. The Dutan Empire is situated between Teleme and our alliance. It is a huge land, and we are also at war with them. Their country is being torn apart by civil war, which is most likely the reason they haven't attempted to settle here yet. Finally, the free cities are in the very middle. They are a relatively young nation, perched high in the mountains. They have just won their independence from the Empire. Most of the mercenaries in the Coin Guard come from this country.
What brought you to Tir Fradi?
It is a long story. For a time, I was no more than an armchair scientist. That's what we call naturalists and cartographers, whose work is based solely on the accounts of other people. I read travel memoirs written by others, and studied plants brought back from other people's travels, without ever leaving the comfort of my university. I had more adventurous friends who ventured across the seas and traveled through enemy lands to bring home knowledge. But I found it inessential. I thought they were taking nonsensical and unnecessary risks. With age, I've come to the realization that I've made some terrible mistakes by relying solely on other people's experiences. So when I heard about Tir Fridi, this famous, promised land, I wanted to see it for myself.
What's so special about the illness you told me about?
It's a disease we didn't know anything about. It wasn't mentioned in any of our ancient books. Seemingly overnight, hundreds of people all over the continent were stricken. Then thousands. All those who catch it lose their eyesight. Then their blood becomes black and thick. Eventually, they have to be locked up because they go mad and become violent. And then they die. In some cities, entire neighborhoods have been deserted, with the doors boarded up from the outside. Everyone has lost at least one relative. We must find a cure, or our civilizations will disappear.
You mentioned your country, Tonia. What can you tell me about it?
Compared to your island, it is a dry country with no large forests like you have here. But our stone is rich in minerals. We have sprawling, beautiful cities, as well as small fishing, mining, farming villages. Above all, it is a land of scholars, where science is celebrated and honored. It is governed by an assembly of wise men we call Sopharchs, who are elected by each region for their great knowledge. I could explain our political system in detail, but frankly, it's rather complex and very different from yours.
You mentioned another people of the Alliance. Traxis?
Traxis is a vast territory that became a nation fairly recently. My country even tried to conquer it at one point. It must be said that for centuries, their chiefs did nothing but fight amongst themselves. Actually, it was the attack by my nation that pushed them to rally against a common enemy and ultimately forged them into a nation. They are formidable horsemen, and their cavalry is a major asset in the war against Eleme and the Empire. They are coarse and unscientific, but without them, we'd probably have ended up bending the knee to our enemies.
What is Morsinia?
It is an ancient island nation to the far north of the continent. With a climate similar to yours, they are more isolated and protected from the Empire and Teleme, though part of their population adheres to a similar religion. However, they decided to join the Alliance to safeguard their independence and religious difference from their neighbors' proselytizing zeal. They are normally ruled by a queen, but they have an assembly of nobles and representatives of cities who advise her and make the laws. They are a refined, cultured people, and their science is admirable, but they're rather haughty.
The gold mine that's upstream is poisoning the village. They release their quicksilver into the river, which poisons the fish, the animals, and all of us.
Releasing quicksilver into the river is madness. I wouldn't have imagined it was possible for this metal to cause secondary poisoning. but every precaution should have been taken, since it's extremely toxic. What do you plan to do?
We can't just wish and hope they won't start putting quicksilver into the water again. We need to close this mine for good. Do you have any idea what we could do?
It would take an official order to convince the mine's directors that it needs to be shut down. I could make a fake one, but if we want to be taken seriously, I'll need an official seal. But be warned, it will only be temporary. No matter how good a counterfeit I'm able to make, they will eventually figure things out, and the mine will reopen.
Will the fort have one of those seals you mentioned?
They might, but they won't give it to you, even if you ask nicely. You'll have to steal it. You know what they look like, don't you?
I remember when you showed me your family seal.
You'll be looking for something like that, but bigger. Official seals are always more complicated. Is there anything else?
Goodbye, Farkan.
See you later. I'm sure you'll carry out the tasks entrusted to you brilliantly.
Thank you.
Airak oleg moi feshumaro enenal. Las komparveda.
Kahe sitinem ansiandawi. Adrekt kolumar enam.
Begaydes katadaden. Pahe gormalam amalame. En door had genedu.
Hello.
Oh, it's you. The others told me you saved them from the rock slide. To think that the Master didn't lift a finger to get them out of there. Thanks for helping them. Thank you very much.
We weren't going to let all those people die trapped underground.
Did you want to tell us something? Still think you're being poisoned?
Actually, we now have proof. The quicksilver you're using is what's poisoning the river, the fish, and our people.
There's no way. It disappears when you heat it up. You just have to be careful not to breathe it in.
I can't believe we're poisoning our own people.
I understand it's hard to believe, but the fort's doctor confirmed it. Some of the quicksilver makes its way into the river mud and the fish we eat.
Tanketak. Quid vregdom.
It's a sad enough story that you can just eat something else. Without this job, we won't be able to eat at all.
We're not the only ones who depend on this mine. Our families do too.
And you're willing to die for it? How many of your people have already died or have gone mad? Between the poison and the collapsing tunnels, you won't survive long.
He's got a point. Things might be different with a good leader, but this one doesn't care about our lives.
That's right. Let's go get the others and leave this cursed place. There are plenty of construction sites in Hikmet where we could work.
Thanks for opening our eyes. We're going home to our village. But the Master will find other miners, and it'll start all over again. The water will remain dangerous.
Sidney Sensonega Dagantaveria Gaman.
Had die jaren te vloeien.
O die hier.
Es oleg loen me da elo duis Arenta. Quetient vregu da ore di duis.
Fuai dem jagam ja tu suidad suis hagledon kaolad. A voredad si da suis jigam. A mi frogu es sed ka frag regauen vemam. Abut radei na es de feshon de hinaban savegem. En virachtam es radei oilragd vig buna dem oil biadi qua jigedenab.
Lemat esi feshon, ja vreg niet hen?
Sneg de ven nemam en wenshem. Jam este feshon, a quan estem end, an nees ielem exredem ten caer. Es jigag ane dene renoixa, ja fravin sa nemam ag arula moi de jagam.
Fravinde da closta en agledon suis luchtos. A voglen di dent. Es balg me duis.
Ad lochedar ad je jirn. Vreg dem quets me undem da vuje de vel.
Quel shedem jige da de oleden.
Qua awalem seg Arenta.
Qua awalam seg adier.
Quan berda de hawalem var has Arenta. Fied sayaga malana. Anes vrieges vasem.
Usoi der ka ir oiragdem jagam. Da neis garantam vigi.
Mikas. Sin. Sag, no es radei engaredem es sitenem ol siendawi.
O frag dem ranoix.
Efrag daneis henesen luchtun ja perden ensamid.
Dunque helgam de samel sitten.
Es quadradida. Sag koldund neobut widul der wind diernon. Expreden veig adiven. Atrosidem indredau efrages.
Rennu in far hasta hetale. Esa with Wotam Selgas. Es nama hankenan do hoiragi with Lorgomenno.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Es ist ein Kongo para genoima. Es ein comportamento.
Correct,
Muda mo tirmedo!
A gongober. Quetsiard. Krijgt die dwe?
Oh, es far nu fradi da he hawelas ja berto essa. Es slan me, sag brender far magelei en rennon erni. Anna tug du quada hengeri dent ekter grektidor, dent quaes moi. Nasiendu degedak dent da haku voredi, bud ekter nadent.
Fravins de quinnie des Sadalan?
Eska surere noixa, ja enenie dent quahe venden, jera mendent. Es een salgament kasin, da he krokena.
Smeunze mis quintag de hesien dau esitena Sadalan.
Es daug, mareden sa genen e mile en engladem ovonag, ag ekter hanoidu. Genta, benen olbia di daui. Chrekti den oila ja abelen keur. Neu tosrenen vigagejanas enkanam da viut en salgam da varadent. Ages folad e maradent magarantam, mana voradenten. Koldem marak kremkenei.
Es rade da hari ragi dagas da verudent echteresin. En selam Sadalan.
Ad lor hedar. Veldeson samilsa.
Inquid veludedam. Es cleusem renaixem en nason amfrisam. Fregde de wind venum juri. Es had grimoderig. Ma vregcam es fonteram em oirk da gochsam.
Es vel es in nat hegedach en fonteram, sagt hegedach sachu voridi.
Lemmat es arade em adgailu quid furgandam. Gumaros on Amsterdam. Sin. Cantabeds began vel kenne canolad.
Ja, ad Lorida. Na canta beide brude mansa wegen. Sa quensit ma krecht mara geduven.
Es arade anioente adia den, dis frag siende kengu. Bruis esas meuin em angeirad. Freg du
Ag Lorida. Smewn du am a bol medesa.
Na voredwe eduven. Es arade de hairagi request de sibidach chedawi. Frag beru var hastuis. I can't do it.
So, what did you bring us from Hikmet?
I sold the skins like you wanted. The prices for reptile skins are really good. So I was able to buy the supplies we needed. And a few bottles too. Eh? To celebrate.
I hope you didn't spend it all on this. I want to get rich fast, not get drunk in the woods.
Queer saluchten. Sel geiger en uitse?
Hoe dag da close quid radident duint sies.
What are you doing here? This is our camp. We've got all the permits we need to hunt as much as we want. So get out of here.
The traps you set everywhere are killing all the animals in the wood without distinction. Soon there won't be any more game to hunt.
Yeah? And? Why should I care?
Why kill more than you need? We depend on hunting too.
More than we need. But our need is infinite, child. We don't just kill these critters for food.
The skins bring in a fortune, and we're not about to give them up. You'll just have to go hunting further afield, which we'll soon be doing too, by the way.
We'll be back.
Right. Get out of here. We won't miss you.
Esamel tenyasem. Yamarad olen atlerksaranaiksa.
You again. Can't you leave us to work in peace?
We can't let you kill all the life in our forests.
If you think a few savages scare us, to arms!
Show them what we're made of! Adnu et mevni.
Budag da hadrigau da elu de... Starradi da dead jam vregded.
Es virto. Quel shade en butbaik sedes.
Kelden sa de loiga windvergegen. Anon neis legas de lieda o neis luchtos, de he rassam jam vregdent.
Natuig eduen, quae contagides da dovar legus nae druni da renaiksa.
Es so gerig. Samel vel sed.
Fravin, samel meem es sadage voquae. Ar tovar legum wind orquelon an minundits to sieste nes dir.
dem deridoixa avedon marad.
Berde hawel si varhas. Quetsient vregudis.
Fledem dorten jam, ad nuedis dani. Tegeden de loiga ja orgend biemen neis edon. Adore de menjan neimident neis igem.
Tug dedel slondem sa tortomen.
Veldem im teugend ne solei morkedon de herunoixe.
Bo tom sa vegam. Sag bo san ma prok.
Quid krechtig neis dalem, krechtig neis luchtom kasin. Ag toit quid krechtig neis luchtom, de he krechtom neis dalemi. Minun diden der redau kokahagos, im quan binne drogacht, und binne den oil.
Mad. Esquai em samal donegada. Es radai da naraja vogel na nama suis luchtus. Sag suis derikasan. Anset sa torten fleded. Da gongaidi es milaneas enesis.
Bo rade da haruigi began le volanon.
Es redendet ad dovigag. Fare dehet hungridon emenas.
Bad vel da oreld maradident. Es radeem es fornet e dagam feroleg. Sag vogliendade sacahamen. Es coyuang sieduven. Es veldis ta regu vasemno. En baragem bode de madja torebad suiso glendi. Pomaroi sande toflan ame. Disenequem suisi ane vigem.
Alochedar ravev, data harla mata orgeni.
Ad lochedar, ad yernahach. Velames to en baregem.
Es radeem andrigem quaneis torten.
Bir tir si oleg. Manama sien. Dad ma vagen togomberi goida es gaidi de gongu barem. Friktiden da halini kokotan ore.
Veel oleg mooi de sa betre gaan ved.
Son slan ariden ger. Pregvas hem dag. Es radeem es arulam nien baregem.
Samslan. Delegs vasem everole jam fledes sadio.
Lagaiu de lochsen suis prortidan, cum froingamerem bargem.
Lemat toigs da elu ta vatirobocht? Ka ek haidas loe tu garanto renoigse?
A vatir. Klaus es trag me ma krechtit to. Sag ech reda macht donegad. Es me donea sich. Sient gusset ma garantamen. Nu tegedach namada elu e mali.
Ja, ja. Samel naida de esredach asideon quest. Sagment request?
Sameles dugem radid redone quad. Avev adnue de dierna har. Dau torten dani daneis oglendi.
Fravindu em forvashed da ledach request. Sag na fravindu embu dau torten?
Esent da dugi quasi en de sitten. Ag oioragi de queteniasem quensend neis garanta nevigi. Aka duen oidachtam. Bo radai da hairagi da dredi da sadao morgedon.
Ariag des de quinteniasum, quensen morden slana a morgan.
Ja, toit de hevenam sius var henab. Farber de menoiga menemol nemidawi. Sag oio ragdem jagam. Nama no bud vrade da or held fidei fescian sa vegem.
Esco gato, cagovir samelta dadum. Ag eragded casin qued vreg sideno esiteni? Farid mena sientem fidi fesci.
Remden da loiga da lan en olei henediem frassi. Maradend nu krechtidend en olei vila echter hanoidu. Sag fledem da regu tege dachident. Frag sloidend olei viem de he frassem karadem.
Quid amanten? Es serenoigsa ca ihr betrechen echta henquena. Es ad valgted me. Duis. Abud balg ta dad casin. Es vel da degerach daragu vasinu. Es daug am bos diu.
Qua awilam seg, avatir.
Qua awalem seg? Buislanto?
Beur tir tamad. Quel sheidem korshedes mad. Es ko vifo medag nilan da degedach vrego edit madi. Em toig da kom frangidem an varem.
Estiu em puisik dani. Anna meint vregu komarosi tierni toflani age dierna hach. Qua cantabet sariden Began in nedag? Quets rat dat man namen en on min frichtimen faret dat vinundan kaherenaiksa.
Diwed anilain. Kon amduget samelsin estoye nas donegat. Anon dagam. Ma medent mevatoflan emes arulam anes es ede.
Show them what we're made of!
Es Amsterdam da degedacht dem. Nasien toigiene kuem.
Selquas adeluam. Es allen ent. Vregenter are donegada de frag. Dare now en senoge so se corei.